Thank you for choosing us for your local news and weather. On this Wednesday afternoon, I'm David Carroll.
And I'm Greg Glover. The Alabama Supreme Court ruled frozen embryos are indeed children.
And Dallas Payton talked with a local physician about this. Dallas?
Hey, David, Greg, Dr. Barry Donesky with the Fertility Center in Chattanooga doesn't believe the ramifications of what was passed, well, if the decision has been thought all the way through.
Once you call an embryo a human being with full legal rights, now you've created a problem because you've got a lot of embryos that will never make a baby.
Dr. Barry Donesky says Alabama Supreme Court ruling that frozen embryos are now considered children will have implications for fertility treatment in the state.
We won't be wanting to try and maximize our options by getting, multiple embryos, choosing the best ones. We may try and fertilize only one or two eggs and get no viable embryos and have to start from scratch again. And that gets very expensive for patients who, in many cases, are already paying for this out of their pockets.
Dr. Donesky says there are a lot of unanswered questions, like the implications of handling embryos and if there could be charges if something happens to them.
I was talking to somebody this morning and, I asked them the question, if a plane crashed into a building that contained an embryology lab and 2,000 embryos were destroyed, or the second scenario, if you had a jumbo jet crash into an elementary school with 2,000 children, would you view those the same way?
He says the ruling may cost people their jobs or even businesses in the future if this isn't corrected.
Once a clinic has to start reporting to the CDC their pregnancy rates and those go down substantially, that's going to discourage patients from coming to those clinics. And it's not from any fault of the clinic. It's just they've had to reduce the efficiency of their process.
The doctor says fertility patients in Alabama can start to make their way out of the state for treatments now that this ruling is in place.